Hi friends, it's Liz here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my latest digitals in the shop, and then we'll also be making a quick project, super fun and easy to do, one-page project. I've shared something similar like this before, but I really think these ones turned out really nice. You can make them with paper scraps or fabric scraps. All right, so let me show you what I have. Okay, so I just wanted to show you my latest printables. Again, they are kind of textile themed, sewing, fabric, that sort of thing. The one of the pages I wanted to show you how the digitals print out if you just print them straight out on how you get them. So you see that there's a bit of a border on the page here. That would be one page. I prefer to print my pages with borderless printing. So if you can see how that looks there, you take up the full page. And so when you're working, let's say making a journal with a page, it's the full 9.5 by 11 that you fold in half. And then you can see how that ends up looking. I also have a link to my paper that I use to print my digitals. Many of you ask me, and so I have that link. I will leave that in the description box below for you to check out. I also update my blog for those of you that prefer to check all the details that way, and I will have that linked, the details on the screen, and you can just check that out as well. So that's one of the pages. The next page is this one. I just love how this looks. I'm actually going to show you a quick project with this page very shortly. Then you have this other page that actually has the different fabrics. And then this is almost like, I guess, designer's page. It's all in French. And it's basically what you would fill out, with the size, the color, the style, that sort of thing. This one here also is just a nice mixture of patterns. And here actually there's some measurements. So like this one says 24 inches across. And then there's a couple of like little marks here for measurements as well, which I thought were really cute. There's more fabric pieces here. And this is almost like a page, as you can see, like a journal page with different samples of fabric on it with the numbers and everything. I thought that was just really nice. I showed you that. I showed you that. And then I actually made my ephemera page. I absolutely love how that came out. So these two are these gorgeous, have I even been in frame? I hope so. These two are hats that are on like hat stands, and they're these very beautiful, just gorgeous designs from like the 1800s, I think it was. I'll have to double check on those. And then I also have a couple of button cards, and this is what they look like. So this one actually has like 4 buttons on it. And then you've got a blank one where you can actually add your own buttons if you wanted to send that to somebody. So that's that one there. And then the next page, which I really love how it came out. It's just different like labels, and you've got like a postcard here, and then some of Paris stamps with just some different things on it. So you can just see the variety. And why I love this is because if you cut up the different pieces, you can use them in so many ways. So just showing you, like, that's the Paris one. I just kind of started cutting out the little bits so you could see what they end up looking like. Okay, so I'll show you what I've done with some of these, which I'm so happy about and how they came out. I was playing around with one of the printables. I think it looks just really beautiful. So I've got some fabric samples here, so you can see, and I think they look so nice. I used some book pages and just some layering on top of the printable. And as you can see, I'll show you, as I mentioned, the one that I used for this. Okay, so that's the printable that I used to make these awesome pieces. And of course, I've been so inspired lately by seeing a lot of these different sort of fabric sample style things, and I wanted to make my own. So you can see here, I used the printable. Okay, and then I also used some of the words that were, or the, like, this one here, I kind of cut it up and layered it with this one that I cut up, so you can kind of see how you've got, you know, some of the beautiful French script, but it's also just stuff that you can cut up from the printable. And then of course this one is the one you see here. So I got this piece of fabric from a swap recently, and I just decided to make it into this kind of like a fabric swatch sample. This one is one of the pieces that is in the printable here. And I just added some washi tapes, playing around with the layers, as you can see there. I just love how that looks. Now imagine adding a few different bits of fabric to that. That would look so nice. And then this one, I just cut this one into the smaller pieces, and truly it's so easy. I basically cut the size that I wanted, so you can see that there. Okay, and then the next two pieces, so it's just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You cut it for the size that you want, and then this one I just ended up folding that part over, see, to make it like this. And of course I rounded the edges there. And then the last two pieces that I got were from this side. Isn't that super fun, my friends? So you can totally do this craft. So easy to do. Fold your pieces over, cut them, and then you can add, as you can see there, your different layers of fabric inside. So I basically added the pieces to the inside. I added book page and then some leftover paper scraps to make that design. And I think it just turned out so beautiful. So, okay, so I think I'll show you how to make some of these. I'm going to use this printable, this one of my printables here, because I really like the design. I'm thinking that this would look really nice if I do this to it. And as you can see that I am not measuring really, I'm just sort of eyeballing it. So when you turn it over, this is what you would get on the back, and then this would be the front of your little design. So I think I'm going to maybe make I don't know how many would come out of this, but I'm thinking I could get maybe 4 small ones out of that. So first I'm just going to just see how, let me see the size. If I make them 3, maybe I'll make them 3.5. I think I like the size 3.5 for some of these. So I'll do that there. And then I'll do that one again at 3.5. And then the other one will be a little bit larger. Or should we do 4? No, I think I like 3.5. So we'll make 2 at 3.5. And then the last one will be slightly bigger. Okay. So you can see how that is just looking. I'm just going to round these corners because I think it just looks, I don't know, it just looks much nicer when you round your corners, I find. And then on the inside, what I did for the ones I showed you, I added book page to make them a little bit sturdier. So I added book page to the inside, as you can see there. And then extra layers of strips of fabric that I had left over. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about with such an easy project to do. If you flip them over, doesn't that look gorgeous on the back? Oh, I love how that looks. I mean, that could always be the front of it, but I think it's nicer if you've got a beautiful design on the back. And then whatever your fabric covers, it doesn't really matter. Now, these could be journaling cards, which I think would be such beautiful journaling cards to make. Let me gather some more pieces here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut out 2 of the pieces from my printable. And I thought that they would look really nice just on the front like this. But I think I am going to... Do I round the edges? No, I think I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to kind of do one with you because I know that once you see that I have put one together, then you can kind of go ahead and start making them yourself. And you can use anything. I mean, you could use any of your scrapbook paper that you have left over. You can use, you know, just book pages and stuff that you have. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I really like that You know, if I'm attaching fabrics to this, I've got some fabrics to show on the back. So I really like that. I'm just going to add one more piece maybe to that one. These are both the same size, I believe. So I think for this one, I'm going to just round the edges because I think it will just give me a little bit more space around to see the background there a little bit. But I do like how that looks. I think. Or do I like that better? Ooh, I like that better because you've got a little bit of that sticking out. See how you've got a little bit sticking out on either edge? So I'll just glue this one on. And then the ones that I showed you that I made, I did add book pages to them, but I'm thinking that for this one maybe, and the reason I added book pages to the inside of the digital printout here is because I wanted to have it a little, give it a little bit more rigidness to the, instead of just the page. So that's why I did the book page on top, and then that kind of made it a little bit just easier to for it to be flat. And I'm trying to think if maybe I should just add a piece of, I like how that brown looks. I do like how the brown looks. So I think I'm just going to eyeball this. And sometimes just tearing paper with some scissors is really nice. And I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm going to glue this down to it. So I think if I just go, you know, give a little bit of paper there just to kind of go underneath the flap there. And then, I don't know if I like how the white's popping out. I may need a larger piece. Maybe eyeballing it was not a good idea. Not the best idea, my friends. Let's see. I like that. I just like how the brown makes it pop. I do. Okay. So, I hope, and let me check if I am in frame. Okay. So you can kind of guess what I'm doing. This was packaging paper that I received. I guess in a package, so I wanted to save it because I love the color. I love how brown it was. Okay, I've got to get my drop sheets here, or my messy sheets I should call them. So I think I'll glue this on before I cut it, just so that I'm not wasting paper again when if I cut it, you know, the wrong size, etc. So for this, I'm just using the glue stick because it'll just be easier to deal with that. See? Oh, I love that already. All right, let's try this. Let's try it and see if it works. Can use these pieces for later, so you can see how, oh, that looks really nice. I love the brown color. So I could use fabric like I did with these ones, but I kind of want to make this one into like a journaling card. So I'm just gathering leftover paper, and what I mean is, again, I'm trying to layer my paper so that you can kind of see you know, the other layers at the bottom. Am I off frame now? I think I'm still in frame, maybe, possibly. Okay, so there's, I want the little hole there at the bottom, so you can see how, oh, that's nice. I love it. Okay, and then maybe if I layer, this is kind of neat. I think I'll layer this piece of coffee stained here. And again, I'm not going to be using up all the paper at the top because we're covering the top, right, with our our fold. So if I do that, and see how I'm layering the paper on top of it, so you can see the different layers underneath it. I love that. And now this is a nice little journaling card, right? So I think the easiest thing to do for this would be to glue it on. Yeah, I'll glue it on. So here, I'm just going to, again, just eyeballing, having fun with this. You can add many layers of paper, of course, or you can do the fabric ones, which would also look really nice. And let's see, just layering it on top there. And then, this is so easy to just glue it down. Oh, I like it. I like it. And then the bottom part, I think this one I'll cut it out, because if I had, do I attempt scissors? I mean, do I attempt ruler? Maybe not. I'll just kind of cut that out there. I love it. Okay, so this one, like I said, I did just with paper. So it's like a nice little journaling card there. And then these ones that I showed you, I did with fabric, which I thought were also super cute. So there you have it, my friends, a quick project, quick idea on how you can put these fun pieces together. I hope you enjoyed the share, and I hope you enjoy creating with some of my printables. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.